Hello. I'm Paco el Chicali, el esquizo. Right now, I say the true story about the king of queen, or king, Nazinga Mabandi, the 15th century, 19 August, she born. She born in the reign of Bundu of Ndongo, actually Angola, Africa. During the 80s of that time, the king of that region were born the history of that woman. That woman, she increment, she uh, envelopment the slavery and created the myth of you eat human meat, mm, have powers, have gift, have domes. And these are real. It's weird, but you find that in biografía.es in the España. Uh, were born, she was the sister of Nizinga, the prince of that time. And she was the one who collaborated with the Portuguese and that cruel task in exchange for being allowed to maintain power and help the capture the slaves in neighboring tribes and kingdoms. But in that difficult times, Nazinga had been an advisor to her brother, and she was even a diplomatic representative to Portugal. So many of the agreements and treaties with the Portuguese, like slavery, like human meat, and hunting humans. And that empire were signed by her. She had real diplomatic skills, and that is perhaps why at the point she decided to acquire the Portuguese name Dona Ana de Souza is the name of that woman. Dona Ana de Souza is the name of the queen, the king of Queen Angola. She has undoubtedly been an extraordinary woman, having been named the queen in 1624 when the father died and she killed the brother because the brother had the real title of the king of Angola. Her brother Nsinga, but at this time she renounced her Christians. Yes, because she want for make the real slavery. I am hunting the people of the tribes of the neighbor, of his neighbor. She own neighbor. Uh, and goes back to calling herself Nasinga Mavandi. Here comes the moment when the Portuguese break the treaty that she had signed a representative of her brother, the previous Angola, marks as her objective the recovery of her absolute political and territorial independence, to expel the Portuguese for her town, but not the all the area, only for her town. Later, she leaves the kingdom, settles in Mutamba, and creates her own kingdom in this place. And this is how she proceeds to form great alliance with all the friends of Portugal in search of her revenge and include the Dutch. After a few years, he managed he managed to form a great army with the kingdom of Matamba, Kasanj, Congo, Dembo, Kisama, and the Peopi of the Central Plateau in 1630. Then in the years 1642, this army began to obtain great victories against the Portuguese, which will remain until 1648. But a year before, her sister Kifunji died under suspicious circumstances because she poisoned that woman, the sister, with the uh, witchery. Her other sister, she falls prisoner to the Portuguese because the Nazinga Nazinga, sorry for that because too many flies around me. Oh, she gave the lives of that woman in exchange for money and power. Over the years, when she arrived in 1656, she achieved the freedom of the Mukumbu in a prisoner exchange where she gave 130 slaves to the Portuguese, and she accepted the presence of Christian missionaries in her kingdom and signed peace with the Portugal. That missionaries, real slavers from Belgica. And by this time, Nzinga was apparently 74 years old and married with 74 husbands, and either that 74 husbands and killed her husband again and again and changed these own people for the Belgica slavery and other countries. The history don't say more about them because and the lions don't die never, and it's weird because that lion say that. It's a good story for Disney. Oh, thank you. This is my fragment this time for a little history about the real history of that people, of the people of movies, the real. Because the king of kings, queens of kings of kings of queens is not the real story. It's a story, pink story, a rose story, created only for make good the people Afro descendants, my people Afro descendants. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Mi nombre es Francisco Peregrina y soy Paco el Chicali, el esquizo. Adiós.